CUDA is a parallel software programming environment for programming GPUs with C. And when you write a CUDA program, it allows you to use all the parallelism of a GPU and write a program which executes on many, many, many threads in parallel and use the tremendous floating point power of the GPU. No, using GPUs to do other applications besides graphics is not new. What is new is the ability to do it so simply and in C. Before you had to use a graphics language like CG or Microsoft's HLSL, which are really pixel shading languages, and they're used in writing a video game, for example, to say, what color do I draw this pixel in my game? And you can, misuse those languages, if you will, to do computation, but it's fairly difficult. You have to think about how do I turn my problem into triangles and then shade those triangles. Applications that fit the GPU are things that have lots of data, big problems, and that are easily partitioned into many parallel, separate little pieces. So, for example, we do a lot of work in the area of molecular dynamics simulation. So let's say you want to model the physics of a large molecule like a virus or a biological molecule. You can model all the interactions between all the atoms in that molecule, all the electrostatic forces, and within some radius. And the GPU is very fast at computing basically the n-body problem of how do all the forces on all the atoms interact, and you can then simulate that much faster than you can on today's computers.
So basically an application with lots of data, lots of floating points.
Lots of floating point, yeah. And everything is IEEE floating point, so you get the same answer that you would get on your CPU, but you just get a lot more than in parallel. We are seeing a few applications today. There are some companies, for example, Excelware is a software company which makes a modeling package of software for modeling electromagnetic fields around cell phone radios and wireless devices, and they use the GPU to speed that up. I think we'll see GPUs, of course, in individual desktop and workstation devices and laptops. And then we'll also see desk-side devices where you can put 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 GPUs in a little desk-side box. And I think you'll see GPUs in servers, in rack mount boxes, and attached to blade servers and that kind of thing. Well, I think the main value in integrating a CPU and a GPU is for lower cost situations like a laptop or a low-end device. And there you might want to reduce the cost and the number of chips in a low-end solution. That's a different marketplace completely. But we do the same thing with chipsets today. We integrate a GPU into the core logic of a chipset, and that reduces the chip count on a low-cost system. If they have one of the Nvidia 8 series GPUs, that single GPU can be used for both for graphics and for computation.
At the same time?
Switching back and forth, yeah.
Okay. So they don't need...
They can switch back and forth in a millisecond or so, and that's not a big deal.